Hello. Today's episode is all about holding space for any emotional dysregulation, worries, anger, sadness, frustration that you may be feeling during this time of transition. I have been feeling a lot, I've noticed over the last few days, and I thought, why not hold space for us all in a circle, this energetic circle that we get to connect as when we all tune in, even at different points in time. So, if that intention resonates with you, I invite you to take a moment to first acknowledge, as I'm about to acknowledge what has been coming up for you. Why do you feel weary or tired or weighed down by the season we're in? I'll share what's coming up for me. I'll share what's been happening astrologically that's potentially influencing us all as a collective. And we'll do a meditation to hold space for it all, is what I'm feeling called to. Maybe there'll be a practice or two. This is intuitive and flowy as always. So if you trust me and the space that I hold and trust that your higher power will come through, um, that this will serve you as it serves all of us and me. What's been coming up for me? I have felt a lot of anger and frustration. I think personally, having my daughter at home for much longer periods than I'm used to, being in primary parent mode. Um, I guess when we travel, we have the distraction of things happening or family around, like more people who spend time with her. And I'm realizing how much I haven't filled my own cup in the name of filling her cup up, as well as those at home and taking care of home things. It's like I just swapped one busyness for another. Instead of being busy with work and business, I'm just now busy with home and family. And it takes effort for me to then say, hey, I actually just want to chill. I don't want to do anything. And that emptiness can be scary for a few parts of me, not all of me, but some parts of me that thrive on the busyness, that's a big part of their identity. And if you resonate with this concept of parts, I like to think that there are many collections of thoughts and beliefs that are tied together. And you might feel like it's an older version of you. When we get triggered, I'm feeling called to share this, so I will bring this up. Perhaps it helps you in your presencing as you're acknowledging all that's been coming up for you in the last few weeks. Whenever you end up watching this, um, many times when we feel triggered or dysregulated or our emotions feel out of whack, like, oh my God, I'm so angry, it doesn't make any sense given the circumstances in front of me, or maybe it does given the circumstances in front of me, it's quite possible it's also activating a younger part of yourself from maybe your 20s, maybe when you were a kid. And I also like to believe there are much more cosmic parts of ourselves. If you hold that belief too, that you may have had other incarnations in a previous lifetime, in another place or space that may not be Earth as well. We all carry stuff that we may not have emotionally completed. And so this can be an echo to those times, from those times that it's resurfacing now. Anger and not being able to do something as a child that you weren't allowed to, anger that you weren't able to accomplish something in a past life that you had intended to go after, and you felt very constricted and restricted, as I've been feeling, perhaps. Or perhaps it's from lifetimes ago in another space and another planet, and the situation there may have been dire. There have been wars, there have been deaths and more traumatic events that, again, can translate to parts of us that have laid dormant, feeling a lot. And that's where your emotional reaction can feel very outsized or not commensurate with what's happening around you. Again, I don't want to discount people going through difficult things. I know this is a time where You may be grieving the loss of a family unit that you were used to. Maybe something's changed in your family unit. Maybe your employment has changed in some way. I know a lot of people who are moving through job changes, layoffs, and more. Maybe you're grieving the loss of an identity, or you've been going after something big in your life, a goal, a dream, and it hasn't manifested this year the way you hoped. And there is grief and loss around that intention and goal. Whatever it might be, I want you to take a moment to, you could acknowledge this on paper in a journal if that feels good to you in your body, or you can just bring it up as this thought and hold it in your heart, your mind, these parts which hold our feelings, our emotions, so much energy, and that hold all of these thoughts, this thinking, these stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves. And whenever you're ready to, you can even pause me if you need some more time. But if it helps, I know many of us co regulate when we hear someone who we feel energetically connected to. You can just keep my voice going, even if you follow the practice a little asynchronously. I'm intentionally letting myself talk a little longer so you can write while you listen. And with that, I'm feeling that we can dive into a practice. I'm not feeling the call to open up the records, so trusting that I am inviting us all to find space where we can be quiet for a good 10 minutes, settle in, receive, drop in, and let go. If that means wearing noise canceling headphones, if that means like locking yourself in a room or a closet, whatever that looks like for you at this time, maybe it's even a car, allow for that to happen. Trust that you can set that boundary and container for yourself. It's just 10 minutes, the guides are saying. It's just 10 minutes. It's not that long. You can do it. It's a lot of reassurance. Okay. With that, I am about to drop in and invite you to settle into your space, taking a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, slowing yourself down, letting yourself feel the weight of your body settle down, as if your legs have gotten just a bit heavier, your arms not feeling as tight and hanging down even more from your shoulders. Maybe your spine wants to soften. Maybe you want to move your shoulders and back. Whatever feels good to you, keeping your eyes closed, I invite you. Everything is an invitation here, so trust your body and your inner call first and foremost. Just allowing this gentle moment to create some energetic space within you. Taking another deep breath now and sighing it out. Ooh. The guides are inviting us now. Your higher power is inviting you now. Place the word guides with what feels right for you. Inviting you to tap into your imagination. Maybe you see, maybe you hear it like a story. Maybe you feel it in your body. However it shows up for you, trust these words will transport you as I'm seeing us all walk 1 feet in front of another and then another on a sandy beach. You can see your feet leaving these soft footprints, imprints on the sand, grains of sand gently sifting away as you apply this pressure of your weight of your body and make your way forward to the warmth of the sun ahead, feeling the cool breeze gently tossing your hair behind and flowing all over your skin, and seeing the waves roll onto the edge of the beach as you make your way closer to the water and settle down on the sand. The sand feels warm, inviting, grounding, and regulating. It just feels so cozy to lay your bare legs on the warm desert sand. And as you look around, it feels spacious and empty. There's this beautiful expanse of beach all around you. The sand looks almost like a pale pink in color, the edge of the beach curving around, and you look out into the expansive water in front of you and the sun high up in the sky. Taking a moment to breathe in salty sea air around you, drinking up the sun radiating onto your skin, and breathing out. You feel more at peace in this beautiful sanctuary like space, a retreat, if you will, from the busyness that is and that has been your life lately. Take a moment to acknowledge how much you feel has shifted just by you imagining the space of relaxation and tranquility. Noticing the waves coming up closer to you, lapping the edge of the beach, hearing the waves tumble away as they gurgle and shrink back down, only to return in a few moments. The water is so close to you, so close that you can touch it, and you reach out to it with your fingers, taking in the coolness of the water. Now reaching your other hand into the water, and now reaching your hand, both your hands deep into the water, feeling the coolness ooh, radiate up through your hands into your arms and through your body. Allowing yourself to feel the contrast of the warm sand beneath the base of your spine and your legs, and the coolness of the water touching your arms. There's something so significant about feeling both these sensations, the cold, the hot, the warmth, the cool, all at once, and from different parts of your body, from your arms and from your legs. Appreciate that contrast. Feel that in your belly, your solar plexus, and feel how these energies meet over there. You can almost feel a recharging deep within you. This battery that exists within you is getting replenished as you are able to hold this contrast between hot and cool within you. You draw your hands out of the water and lay it back on the warm sand around you on your two sides, receiving the heat of the sand through your hands now. And now you reach your feet forward into the water, feeling the coolness of the water as it laps against your toes and your feet. And now feeling how your legs that just felt so warm and toasty feel cool, almost cold and chilly. And at the same time, your hands are feeling oh so warm and recovered from the coolness that I just experienced. It feels like our guides have a message for us, so I'm going to allow them to share as you allow for this, what they're saying, contrast therapy to work its magic on you. We know that it is difficult. We know that you are hurting. We know that it feels like a lot. So much has happened in such a short span of time. We've been carrying so much for far too long. It is a lot. It is a lot. We hear you. We understand. And we are celebrating that you're taking this time out to be, just to be. There is no agenda here except to be. Yes, you want to feel better. You want to feel better. You want to feel some relief. You want to feel some contrast. This is what you're doing. But it is a dance. It is a dance of retreating and leaning in, of feeling busy and feeling empty. There's always this dance happening. Haven't you noticed in some part of your life it feels so full, while the other part it feels so empty? And suddenly they switch, and now it feels like it's the other way around. Maybe this happens within a day, within a few weeks, over months and years. But this dance is constantly happening for us all, is what they're saying. And as they say that, I am just feeling how they're trying to demonstrate that through this feeling of contrast and the switching. And they're saying it can feel really good to experience this contrast, for it's in this contrast, this place of contrast, the space of seeing both sides of the contrast, that you can appreciate the good on both sides, the difficulty on both sides. And that's contrast too, don't you think? Being kind of like cheekily funny. So I'm laughing with them when they bring that up. And what are they saying? They're saying that to take this time to notice how quickly and easily you can switch. You can switch between these states. Just when you are aware of one and then another, you can switch, you can flip. And they're inviting us to playfully flip. Now put your legs back on the sand and dry yourself off, and put your arms back in the water. Cool yourself down. They're saying you can choose to keep all of yourself on the sand or put all of yourself in the water. All of that's okay. They're saying it's you, you. Only you get to decide how much you want to lean one way or the other. Many of you get stuck in one place because it feels familiar. You've been there for so long. And they're reminding me personally of feeling this in this constricted place where I've not been able to do as much, not been able to make as many things happen as I'd like to. And they're saying, yeah. And now that you're starting to see some space open up in front of you, are you truly allowing yourself to use it? And I'm feeling like my answer is no. And they're asking us all to. So feel into your answer too. But they're saying just allow for yourself to play. Maybe go into the water and splash around. Maybe run on the side of the beach and kick up sand. Maybe build a sand castle. Maybe I feel like I'm just flinging sand at the water. I don't know what that means. And they're saying it doesn't have to mean anything. It's just you playing. We want you to treat all this energy lightly, because when we take it with this energy of finality. I'm not quite sure how to say this as it's coming through. Um, it feels like it can only be one way, and they're saying it's never just one way. It is so much more fluid than that. May this open you up to so many more possibilities of your experience, and trust that you're ready for a shift, and that shift will come. That shift is already here and it's moving closer to you. And I just noticed this curved beachfront that I was watching start to curve completely into a circle. Kind of cool that I did that. And I feel like I'm standing in the center of this oasis like pool, is what it's become. It's surrounded by sand. And now it feels like the pool is comforting and fun and playful. But I can also hop off onto the sand and enjoy that too. There's a lightness associated with that. And I feel like guides are saying just allow for that lightness. Ah, let the water, as it touches you, draw away from you anything that has felt so heavy. Let go, let go, let go. We thank you for doing this practice with us today. Taking another deep breath and exhaling out. It feels like we are complete. And I thank you for receiving this practice with me. May this serve you during this time of change seasonally. Um, I'm inviting us all to, whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes, returning back to your space and connecting to your body, maybe through movement, maybe touching your feet on the floor. As I want to share astrologically, as I'm at the time when I'm recording this, we have shifted seasons into Capricorn. The sun is now in Capricorn. It's new structures, both internal and external, is how I like to think of it. We are on the cusp of Chiron moving direct soon. Our inner healer has been deeply reflective over the last 5-ish months and is ready to move forward. And we've had a lot of other energetic shifts like Pluto moving out of Capricorn. We have more big collective shifts coming up. I'm not feeling called to go through them all, but I am feeling called to say that we've been moving through many things. The shift is coming, the shift is here. Our new moon in Capricorn, which is when I'm recording this, is definitely energy that I'm sending your way whenever you hear this. That yes, you can set a different intention around the contrast of your experience. And if you're too stuck in one side of the contrast, how can you allow more of the other side to come in? If you're feeling too stuck, how can you invite in more momentum? If you're feeling too busy, how can you invite in a bit of slowness? Trust that you will have your answers. Maybe they don't come in right now, but maybe on your next walk, your next drive, your next movement of your body in any which way, maybe while you're brushing your teeth or um, tidying your kitchen or just getting ready to go to bed. Some of the most, oh, and of course, showering and bathing, some of my most intuitive times when I feel like I can tap in, I can receive an answer from beyond me without being too tethered to present me. With that, sending you all much love and thank you for receiving. Let me know how you felt and experienced that. My comments and messages are open to receive from you. And wishing you a wonderful new year. As for the calendar year, there are many more new years to go if you follow astrology and human designs. There are many more ways to celebrate the upcoming new year. And you get to choose which point feels new for you and when you want to start a thing. There are so many portals available to us, so trust what feels right for you.